Namaste. The higher the mountain, the deeper is the valley. If you go to Mount Everest, you will see that Mount Everest is the highest mountain. But just there itself, you will also see the deepest valley. And this is the mystery of Scorpio, Vrischik Rashi, the natural sign of the 8th house. The deeper the struggle, the deeper the pain, the higher you grow as a person. The deeper the roots, the higher is the tree. But the problem is, nobody wants pain. Everybody wants growth, but nobody wants the suffering through which growth happens. Everybody wants transformation, but nobody wants the process of transformation. How is that possible? Have you seen a caterpillar? A caterpillar someday becomes a beautiful butterfly, but the process is painful. People want to become butterflies, but they do not want to go through the painful process of transformation. And Scorpio is exactly that painful process. Scorpio is depth. Scorpio is crisis. Scorpio is hidden pain. Scorpio is inner darkness. A Scorpio may smile in front of you, but you will never know how many deaths he has died inside. Scorpio does not reveal everything. Scorpio hides pain. Scorpio hides love. Scorpio hides fear. Scorpio hides plans. And sometimes Scorpio even hides his own wounds from himself. For Scorpio, betrayal is not a small event. For some signs, betrayal is an incident. For Scorpio, betrayal becomes a scar. And that scar may remain for years because Scorpio does not love casually and Scorpio does not trust casually. Scorpio is naturally connected with astrology, tantra, mantra, occult sciences, psychology, research, investigation, healing, surgery, and all hidden knowledge. Wherever there is mystery, Scorpio wants to enter. Wherever there is a locked door, Scorpio wants to find the key. Scorpio is death and Scorpio is rebirth. Scorpio is that secret chamber of life where the old you dies and a completely new you is born. Without Scorpio, without the 8th house, you remain a plastic rose. Beautiful from outside, but no fragrance. Perfect from outside, but no life. Life comes when you go through struggles. Life comes when you face suffering. That is why it is said, suffering is the sole origin of consciousness. But once you reach the state of consciousness, once you reach the state of awareness, then suffering is not required. And then, even though you suffer, you may not feel it. Because suffering is primarily mental. That is why Nisargadatta Maharaj says, suffering is mental. And this is where Scorpio becomes one of the most significant signs in astrology. Scorpio is not a goody-goody sign like Taurus. Taurus wants comfort. Taurus wants food. Taurus wants beauty. Taurus wants music. Taurus wants good sleep, good bed, good bed sheet, good perfume, good dinner, and then again good sleep. But Scorpio is not interested in surface level comfort. Scorpio says, enough of comfort. Now come down. Come to the basement of life. Because the real truth is not always found in the drawing room. Sometimes the real truth is found in the basement. Sometimes the real truth is found in your wounds. Sometimes the real truth is found in the place where you broke down. And Scorpio takes you there. That is why Scorpio is not an easy sign. It is a sign of emotional intensity, secrecy, psychological depth, hidden pain, crisis, sudden change, and deep transformation. But all of this eventually gives birth to a beautiful butterfly. And yesterday somebody asked me, which nakshatra is the greatest in the sign of Scorpio? A very good question. Because in Scorpio, you will find the nakshatra of Saturn and you will find the nakshatra of Mercury. And therefore, Saturn and Mercury do well in the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio is not just the sign of Mars. Along with Mars, Neptune also rules Scorpio. In fact, Ketu does extremely well in Scorpio because that is what Ketu likes, the process of transformation, the process of first dying and then being reborn. Ketu is not interested in your comfort zone. Ketu is not interested in your Instagram profile. Ketu is not interested in how many likes you got. Ketu says, drop all this nonsense. Go within. And Scorpio is the perfect field for Ketu. Because Scorpio is the sign of death, rebirth, occult, secrets, hidden knowledge, deep emotions, Kundalini, Tantra, transformation, and moksha oriented inner surgery. Now, if you observe carefully, Scorpio is a very strange sign. No planet gets exalted in Scorpio. Scorpio is not even the Mula Trikon Rashi of Mars. Mula Trikon Rashi means the favorite sign of a planet. Aries is the Mula Trikon, favorite sign of Mars. Virgo is the favorite sign of Mercury. Libra is the Mula Trikon, meaning favorite sign of Venus. Taurus is the Mula Trikon, meaning favorite sign of Moon. In fact, Moon is exalted in Taurus. But when it comes to Scorpio, there is no such comfort. No planet says, Scorpio, my favorite place. No. Because Scorpio has nothing comfortable to provide. Scorpio will not offer you a 5-star hotel. Scorpio will not offer you a spa. Scorpio will not say, please relax, have green tea. Scorpio will say, come, I will show you your fear. And naturally, nobody wants to go there. But the irony is this, it is Scorpio in which the entire process of transformation happens. And unless there is a transformation, you cannot evolve. Otherwise, you will simply remain in your comfort zone, eating, sleeping, earning, showing off, gossiping, complaining, and calling it life. No self-learning, no self-growth, no inner evolution. So Scorpio is a very, very significant zodiac sign. Scorpio is the 8th zodiac sign. And the 8th house is the house of depth. The 8th house is the house of understanding. And always remember, understanding is deeper than knowledge. There are many people who know you, but there are very few who understand you. A person may know your name, your work, your city, your family, your profession, but to understand your silence, to understand your pain, to understand what you are hiding behind your smile, that requires depth. And Scorpio has that depth. A Scorpio friend is quick to understand you and your problems. Only a man of understanding can truly bring happiness in your life. Only a man of understanding can run to help you in your crisis. Only a man of deep understanding can live for others. Such is the depth of a true Scorpio. The great spiritual master Paramahansa Yogananda says, when you learn to live for others, they will live for you. A Scorpio lives for others when he is in love. A Scorpio soldier may simply jump to save his country because he loves his country. A Scorpio lover would simply go to any extent just to safeguard his love. A Scorpio man would always love deeply in his life. And a Scorpio man or woman are also very sexual by nature. But their sexual drive is very deep. It is not like Aries that you just do it. Aries says, let's go. Scorpio says, first let me feel you in my bones. Scorpio sexuality is not shallow. It is very much engrossed with deep emotions of love, belonging, possessiveness, vulnerability, and total merging. At the lower level, Scorpio is sexuality. At the higher level, Scorpio is Kundalini. The same energy that pulls you towards desire can also lift you towards the divine. That is why Scorpio must never waste sexual energy unconsciously. Scorpio must learn to transform desire into devotion. Because the same Scorpio that can fall into obsession can also rise into deep spiritual awakening. And so when Scorpio loves, Scorpio simply loves. Always remember, if you love a person, you accept the total person with all the defects. Because those defects are also part of the person. Never try to change a person you love, because the very effort to change says that you love only half. And the other half of the person is not accepted. When you love, you simply love. As long as the Scorpion is in love, he would simply love you. Breaking all barriers, all notions, all social rules, all calculations, he would simply go to the extremes. Yes, Scorpio is the sign of extremes. A Scorpio does not know lukewarm love. Either they are totally in or they are totally out. Either they will die for you or they will completely disappear. Scorpio wants soul. Scorpio wants depth. Scorpio wants loyalty. Scorpio wants truth. Scorpio wants totality. If you have a friend born with moon in Scorpio or sun in Scorpio, then he or she may remain loyal to you till the very last breath. And this reminds me of a beautiful story. Life is beautiful only when there is love. Love is a higher value than life, a greater value than life. Life can be sacrificed to love, but love cannot be sacrificed to life. There is a beautiful story of the Second World War. Two soldiers were very friendly, great friends. One evening, one soldier comes back to the trench but finds that his friend has not returned. Many people have been killed on the front. He becomes afraid. Is his friend killed? He inquires, and then somebody says, "We are not certain that he is killed." But he was so terribly wounded that it was impossible for him to come to the trench. By now, he must be dead. It is getting dark now, and the enemy is still firing madly. But the soldier wants to go and search for his friend. The officer says, "No, this is foolish." But he doesn't listen to the officer. He goes. It is very difficult in the dark, and there are thousands of bodies all around, dead bodies. He looks and looks, and in the middle of the night, he returns, dragging his friend's dead body on his back. He himself is now terribly wounded. He also cannot survive. The moment he reaches the trench, he falls on the floor with the body of his dead friend. The officer comes and he says, "I told you not to be foolish. It was not worth it. Now you know what you have done to yourself. The friend is dead and you are dying." The dying man opened his eyes and he said, "But it was worth it, sir. Because when I went there, he looked at me and he said, 'Jim, I knew you would come.'" For love, life can be sacrificed. It is worth it. But we have been taught just the contrary. Sacrifice everything just to be alive, just to survive. Sacrifice everything. But I teach you the opposite. To be loving, sacrifice everything. This is Scorpio. This is loyalty. This is depth. This is the kind of love where the person says, "I know you would come." Because Scorpio, when evolved, is the person who comes. When the whole world disappears, Scorpio comes. When the lights are off, Scorpio comes. When people are only sending sympathy messages on WhatsApp, Scorpio actually appears at your door. That is why a Scorpion can give his or her life to you. But you also need to be loyal to them. Because if you betray Scorpio, then they will not forget it easily. They may forgive you spiritually after many years of meditation, chanting, therapy, Kundalini awakening, and 3 cups of herbal tea, but they will not forget. And if they are unevolved, they may sting you just the way a Scorpio does. And since people are quick to remember the negative, often Scorpions face more condemnation than appreciation. They may have done 10 good things, but people will remember the one sting. But always remember, whether you do good or bad, people will always have something negative to say. If you are silent, they will say you are arrogant. If you speak, they will say you speak too much. If you love deeply, they will say you are possessive. If you detach, they will say you are cold. If you help, they will say you have an agenda. If you do not help, they will say you are selfish. So people will always say something. The question is not what people are saying. The question is, are you living with awareness? Are you living with love? Are you living with depth? Are you living with truth? Now, such a highly vulnerable, deep, passionate, investigative sign, and you are asking which nakshatra is most powerful. For the sign of Scorpio, Mercury is very helpful because Scorpio has depth, but depth needs intelligence. Scorpio has emotion, but emotion needs expression. Scorpio has passion, but passion needs direction. Scorpio has secrecy, but secrecy needs investigation. Scorpio has intensity, but intensity needs discrimination. And Mercury gives that sharpness. Mercury gives analysis. Mercury gives strategy. Mercury gives communication. Mercury gives the power to decode. And Scorpio loves to decode. Scorpio does not accept surface answers, shallow answers. You tell Scorpio, I am fine. Scorpio will look into your eyes and say, no, you are not. Scorpio can sense what is not being said. Scorpio can read the silence between two words. Scorpio can see the hidden file behind the visible folder. And therefore, when Mercury comes into Scorpio through Jyeshta Nakshatra, which falls in Scorpio, it becomes extremely powerful. Within the zodiac sign of Scorpio, there is only one complete star, complete nakshatra, and that is Jyeshta Nakshatra. The name Jyeshta itself means elder, senior, or superior, and Jyeshta is ruled by Mercury. That is why, in my understanding, Jyeshta becomes the most powerful nakshatra within Scorpio. Because Jyeshta carries the maturity of Scorpio and the intelligence of Mercury. Jyeshta is not childish. Jyeshta is not innocent like Ashwini. Jyeshta is not soft like Rohini. Jyeshta is not romantic like Purva Falguni. Jyeshta has seen life. Jyeshta has seen betrayal. Jyeshta has seen politics. Jyeshta has seen hidden enemies. Jyeshta has seen family drama. Jyeshta has seen emotional storms. Jyeshta has seen the real face of people. And after seeing everything, Jyeshta still stands. That is why Jyeshta means senior. Not senior by age only, senior by experience, senior by pain, senior by maturity, senior by the number of times life broke you and you still got up. This is the real power of Jyeshta Nakshatra. Because Jyeshta is ruled by Mercury, it gives investigative intelligence, psychological insight, sharp speech, strategy, occult understanding, and the ability to protect oneself in difficult situations. But if unevolved, Jyeshta can become manipulative, suspicious, jealous, controlling, harsh in speech, and deeply insecure. Because Scorpio depth without awareness becomes poison. But Scorpio depth with awareness becomes nectar. This is why Scorpio is both poison and medicine. The same snake poison that can kill you can also become medicine in the right dose. So Scorpio must learn to transform poison into medicine, anger into courage, possessiveness into devotion, suspicion into intuition, sexuality into sacred intimacy, pain into wisdom, and crisis into consciousness. This is the spiritual journey of Scorpio. If you are born with Scorpio moon sign, Scorpio ascendant, Scorpio sun sign, or major planets in Scorpio, then understand one thing: your life will never remain ordinary. Even if you want a simple life, life will pull you into depth. Because Scorpio is not made for shallow living. Scorpio is made for transformation. You may experience betrayal, loss, sudden changes, intense love, deep bonding, secrets, hidden truths, family karma, inheritance matters, psychological battles, and spiritual awakening. But all of this is not happening to destroy you, it is happening to transform you. You are not being punished, you are being purified. You are not being broken, you are being reshaped. You are not being buried, you are being planted. Because the seed also feels buried before it becomes a tree. The greatest mystery Scorpio has to solve is not the mystery of others. The greatest mystery Scorpio has to solve is the mystery of his own self. Who am I? Why am I so intense? Why do I love so deeply? Why do I fear betrayal? Why do I want total loyalty? Why do I become extreme? Why do I remember pain for years? Why can I sense what others cannot sense? The answer is simple. Because Scorpio is not here for superficial living. Scorpio is here for inner alchemy. And alchemy means transformation, turning suffering into wisdom, turning pain into compassion, turning darkness into light, turning death into rebirth. Scorpio must also be careful of one habit: testing people again and again. Sometimes Scorpio tests love so much that love becomes tired. Remember, if someone truly loves you, receive that love. Do not keep creating emotional exams every week. Because love is not a courtroom, and your lover is not standing there with an answer sheet. Sometimes Scorpio keeps asking silently, will you leave me? Will you betray me? Will you prove your loyalty? But if you keep testing love again and again, then one day even genuine love may become exhausted. So Scorpio must learn trust slowly, carefully, with awareness, but trust is necessary. In medical astrology, Scorpio is connected with the reproductive organs, private parts, hidden diseases, piles, infections, surgeries, urinary issues, and deep psychological stress. So, Scorpio natives must take care of emotional health because suppressed emotions can slowly affect the body. What you do not express consciously, the body may start expressing through disease. So do not keep everything buried inside. Cry when you need to cry. Speak when you need to speak. Meditate when you need to transform. But do not keep poison inside for years. Scorpio also connects with joint wealth, inheritance, insurance, spouse money, taxes, loans, secrets around money, and sudden financial rise or fall. That is why Scorpio energy must handle money with awareness. Because suddenness is always a part of the 8th house. Sudden gain, sudden loss, sudden opportunity, sudden crisis. So Scorpio natives must be careful in financial commitments, loans, partnerships, and shared resources. But above everything, The greatest spiritual remedy for Scorpio is forgiveness. Not because the other person deserves it, but because you deserve freedom. Revenge keeps you tied to the person who hurt you. Forgiveness cuts the invisible cord. And remember, forgiveness does not mean allowing the same person to hurt you again. Forgiveness means you are no longer carrying that person inside your heart like poison. You release, you detach, you become free. And that is the true transformation of Scorpio. So my message to all Scorpio natives is this: do not be ashamed of your intensity. Refine it. Do not be ashamed of your emotions. Purify them. Do not be ashamed of your sexuality. Sacredize it. Do not be ashamed of your wounds. Heal them. Do not be ashamed of your darkness. Bring awareness to it. Because when Scorpio becomes conscious, Scorpio becomes one of the most powerful signs for spiritual evolution. A conscious Scorpio can heal others. A conscious Scorpio can understand others. A conscious Scorpio can protect others. A conscious Scorpio can guide others through crisis. A conscious Scorpio can become a mystic, healer, psychologist, researcher, astrologer, occultist, spiritual guide, investigator, surgeon, soldier, or someone who has the courage to enter places where others are afraid to go. Everybody can stand in sunlight, but only few can walk through darkness with a lamp. Scorpio is that lamp. There are 3 levels of Scorpio. The first level is the Scorpion. This is the lower Scorpio, reactive, revengeful, suspicious, emotional, possessive, and ready to sting when hurt. The second level is the eagle. This is the evolved Scorpio, watchful, detached, powerful, silent, observant, and able to see life from a higher vision. And the third and highest level is the phoenix. This is the transformed Scorpio, one who burns completely, dies to the old self, and rises again from the ashes. And every Scorpio has to decide, do I want to sting? Do I want to fly? Or do I want to rise? Because Scorpio is not born merely to sting. Scorpio is born to rise. Now for Scorpio natives, mantra chanting is very important. Because Scorpio carries deep emotional water and hidden fire. And if this energy is not purified, it can become self-destructive. So Scorpio native should regularly chant Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya 108 times daily. Because Lord Shiva is the master of transformation. Lord Shiva is the master of poison. When poison came out during Samudra Manthan, everybody became afraid. But Lord Shiva drank that poison and held it in his throat. That is why he became Neelakantha. And this is the greatest lesson for Scorpio. Do not spit poison on others. Do not swallow poison and destroy yourself. Hold it with awareness. Transform it with Shiva consciousness. You may also chant the Ganesha mantra for Ketu. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And if you are born with moon or ascendant in Jyeshta Nakshatra, then Ganesha worship is also very beneficial because Mercury needs clarity, direction, and divine intelligence. And so, my dear Scorpio, meditate daily, chant the mantra 108 times daily, spend time near water, avoid revenge, avoid emotional manipulation, avoid testing people again and again. Trust slowly, but once you trust, do not poison the relationship with suspicion. And always remember, love is not control, love is surrender. Love is not possession, love is presence. Love is not fear, love is freedom. And when Scorpio learns this, Scorpio becomes divine. So, Scorpio natives must remember, do not use your depth to drown yourself. Use your depth to discover the divine. Do not use your intensity to destroy relationships. Use your intensity to love with awareness. Do not use your pain to become bitter. Use your pain to become compassionate. Do not become a plastic rose, become a real rose. Even if real roses have thorns, they also have fragrance. And Scorpio may have thorns, but when Scorpio evolves, the fragrance is unforgettable. My love to all Scorpio men and women. Stay blessed and remember to meditate every day. Jai Mahadev, Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Guru.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.